Hey guys, my name is Tiana Mayer, and I will be presenting about the Decomposition Lab we did in Environment 200. So, in my group was Elise, Gabriella, and Olivia, and myself. Our hypothesis was that the 8 mealworms would speed up the decomposition in the experiment bin. In our experiment, we did notice that the experiment bin was decomposing a little bit faster than in the control bin. So how we set it up is we had 2 bins, and we started off with the same amount of dirt and everything, and then we had 10 items, but we had to have 2 of each item, and the items were cardboard, Ziploc, plastic cup, metal off of a pen, so like the spring inside of a pen, gummy worms, Oreos, meat, like uncooked meat, strawberries, apricot, and wood. And they all had to have the same mass. So like if you cut the Ziploc bag in half, they had to weigh the same. Both strawberries had to weigh the same, that type of thing. Our control variable was the amount of dirt in the bin. Our independent variable was the 8 mealworms in the experiment bin. Our dependent variable was the mass of the objects. So here's some images of our data. This was the very first photos we ever took. This is the experiment bin. This one's the control bin. So this bin is the one that had the mealworms, and this was the very first photo we ever took of them. And you can see that there is mold already beginning in this one, and there was actually spurs, and it was kind of cool, but at the same time it stunk. And then the control one also had mold in it. As our experiment progressed, we also had like little bugs that flew out, and our experiment bin at one point had a mushroom in it, and that one was really cool to see. There was we buried our items in the beginning because we were supposed to, and then at the very end, this one is our control bin and this one's our experiment. There wasn't any mold at this point, and there wasn't a smell. There was just a lot of items missing in both. Other than that, I mean, there wasn't much to take pictures of at this point. We could just tell things were disappearing because we couldn't find them in the mass of the objects were going down. Decomposition did occur, is what we came to the conclusion of. We knew this because the items were gone by the end and the mass of the objects were declining. We did notice that the decomposition was faster when the mealworms were involved, and we came to this conclusion because there were more items gone in the experiment bin than in the control bin. We never came to any, there was never any really errors in our lab, but there was a time we questioned if our mealworms were dead or not, because we didn't see them very often, and the one that we did see, he was all white, and he didn't move much, and he didn't start off white. So, but we would poke them every so often to see if they moved. Our biggest question was, did any of our bugs die during this process, and if so, why? And what could we have changed to make them live longer? And then there was another group that used mealworms, and theirs had cocooned faster than ours, and we questioned why our mealworms seemed to cocoon later. So that was another big question we had. And that's the end of the presentation, and thank you for watching.